the ship out of the asteroid field so we can send a clear transmission.
How's it going? Welcome back, my beautiful sinners, to another great and amazing video with your boy, the Savior. That's right, welcome back to the channel, my beautiful sinners, okay? If you're new, which is pretty likely, go down below and subscribe. It just takes 2 seconds, and that would mean so much to me, you have no idea. Now, before this video begins, okay, you might already be angry, you might already be triggered, okay, because you got your little feelings hurt over an opinion on the internet. That's right, so I urge you to actually watch the video, listen to someone else's opinion first before disliking the video, because I've insulted your favorite Star Wars character, okay? So today, boys, we are going to discuss the Book of Boba Fett and why I feel the Book of Boba Fett sucks. Why I feel the Book of Boba Fett is bad and is not really a good TV show, okay? Let me just give you my opinions on this because I've watched the first 2 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett and I want to give you the Book of Boba Fett review, okay? How many times do I have to say that? I don't know, it's pretty fucking obnoxious. I've gotta be honest. So, in all honesty, okay, I don't think this is a good TV show. I mean, what are we really gonna get next? It feels like Disney is really scraping at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to ideas. It's just this glunky, rubbery goo. It just feels like Disney is serving us this gloppy pile of schmeckle dump. It feels like, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like Disney is just serving us the bare minimum and the most safe brand content that they can possibly do, really scraping at the bottom barrel of ideas and content and just serving us this gloppy, gloopy, just serving us this gloopy, gluppy, gloppity gloop, this boring, plain bile of just safe branded, family friendly gloop that they seem to be giving us, okay? I mean, what's next? I really have a great idea and I want to give this to the Disney overlords and the CEOs of Disney. I really want to see the story of Mr. Gonk. That's right, the Gonk droid who is a detective. The Gonk droid who is actually a secret Tatooine detective, undercover cop, working for the Separatist Alliance. I mean, wouldn't that be fascinating? With this amazing TV show, we follow the wonderful and charismatic Gonk droid and his wonderful adventures around the galaxy with his wonderful assistant, Mr. Glaucoma over here, which only costs 14 bucks, by the way. Wow, isn't that amazing? So if you're a sinner and you're part of this amazing community, and I highly recommend that you do subscribe and consider becoming a member to really support this independent and smaller channel, that would really help me out, and check out my music on Spotify. You might as well, because hey, if you want some great electronic music, it's there for you. But if you're new to the channel, you might not know this, but I don't like Disney Star Wars. I hate these massive corporations that just serve us endless piles of just lazy garbage. It seems like entertainment and media in the last decade has just really fallen off the wagon, and it's all, you know, just serving a grand agenda, brainwashing the masses, and it's all just so safe, progressive, boring, and it never takes any creative risks. It all just feels very stripped down compared to older media, and games are doing the same thing. So I don't like Disney Star Wars. They ruined the franchise with the latest 3-movie trilogy, which was absolute trash. Now, The Mandalorian, okay, was actually a decent show. I actually enjoyed The Mandalorian. It was a good show. I gave it a second chance, and it turned out it was actually okay. It was watchable. I enjoyed my time with it. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't the greatest TV show I've ever seen. It wasn't in-depth, philosophical, and interesting creative ideas like The Man in the High Castle, where it's all about breaking down barriers of individuals even when they are working within a grander organization, okay? It's not any of that kind of stuff. It's simple, you know, pew 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 mindless action that 3-year-olds and little man babies alike can enjoy, and that is primarily what Star Wars has become now, is for man children, okay? And I hate to say that, but it's true. The original movies were great, okay? Can we just accept it as it was a great, you know, original movie trilogy, and the prequels were okay. It was a great slice of entertainment that changed sci-fi forever and movies forever, but of course, if something is successful, they just have to keep milking it. And with Disney, especially because they own most of the media companies nowadays, they just have to milk it until it's absolutely just begging to be put out of its misery. Now, I've talked about why I don't like Disney before and their evil corporation. I've talked about Star Wars before, and the Book of Boba Fett sucks, okay? The Book of Boba Fett is bad, and let me just tell you why, because that's why you're here, right? It's actually watchable. It's very boring. It feels like a plain slice of bread with no butter, no marmalade, okay? It's just plain. It's very boring, it's very stale. Now that Disney owns all of the rights to Star Wars, they have the chance to actually make new and interesting ideas, okay? They could go back to the Old Republic. They could go back to the Clone Wars. They could go back to the good old days of Star Wars, or make something new and original. They could make a TV show around the Jedi Temple and follow a group of Jedi younglings who go through the ranks of the Jedi Order. That would actually be interesting. That would actually be new and exciting content. But no, because Mandalorian was successful, they have to basically make the same show. It's exactly the same as the Mandalorian, but actually it's more boring and it's more creatively bankrupt than the Mandalorian, because Boba Fett was nothing more than a side character in the original Star Wars show. In the original Star Wars movies, he was just a villain, a bad guy. In this, he has become, you know, a soft-hearted, good, upstanding citizen, pretty much, and it's just boring, okay? It's just very, very boring. It's perfectly serviceable and watchable, but that doesn't make it good. Instead of creating content that actually takes risks and actually has its own voice and opinions, they just follow the same format that The Mandalorian did, and then they're just going to release more Mandalorian instead of making a new great Star Wars TV show with actual risks and actual interesting ideas. No, they just stick to the same old format. Boba Fett isn't that much of an interesting character. I'm sure some people really care about it because they're really into the lore, and you know, if that's your cup of tea, that's fine. But for the masses, for people who just watch Star Wars and enjoy Star Wars, he is nothing more than a villain side character. Why do we have to have every little story detail about all of these side characters that just don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, okay? I mean, it's just ridiculous, okay? They could actually do something really great here, but instead, the Book of Boba Fett sucks because it doesn't take any risks, okay? So that is my review of the Book of Boba Fett. It's not worth watching because we've already seen it, and the character of Boba Fett, they've kind of changed him in a way I don't really like, and we didn't really need to know any of this to begin with. Are we going to see how Darth Vader empties his waste tank in the morning? I mean, it's just so ridiculous, okay? And basically, it almost feels like he's the same character as the Mandalorian because they both don't really have that much of a strong character, in my opinion, and I just don't think it's that great. I just think it's boring, it's safe, and it just feels like something that's been approved by a bunch of businessmen with no souls. So that's my opinion on Star Wars and the Book of Boba Fett. That is my review of the Book of Boba Fett and why I think the Book of Boba Fett is bad and it pretty much is just not worth watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Have yourselves a great day. Peace out.